Yo, what's up, folks? It's Tuesday night. You know, we do the usual flag football show. What's going on, guys? Jeremy, Ty, how y'all doing?
What's happening, y'all?
Hey, we got to give a big props to Giuseppe and Gilbert Hernandez for the festivities this weekend for week 2. Pretty big. We go play this video he made. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Northfield Elite is back, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Got it sitting here in silence.
You gonna figure this out, dude? Or
I said this. I'm just kidding. Like everyone's already seen it.
Yeah, everyone's just staring at us.
Hey, I'm gonna share my screen. I got it, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this out the way.
I know you got a nice haircut. Who gave you that haircut?
Hey, I be trying, brother. I be trying. I got. I'm gonna go ahead and maximize it.
You know, put the audio on it.
Yes, sir. For the week, baby.
Get over there. All right.
If that don't get you hyped, I don't know what does. Okay, like we didn't play last week. I had to live vicariously through everybody else. I was sitting there commenting on the chat, commenting on the live. I was fiending. I can't lie.
Hey, so
yeah, those videos make it really cool. So it's gonna be a fun season.
Hey, what we doing first? We're doing the offensive players, defensive players of the week. We gonna start that first?
Yeah, let's start off with the offensive, defensive players.
So, who is the offensive player of the week, brother?
My offensive player of the week was Vince from VGs. The film said itself. 3 touchdowns throwing. I know one was in garbage time, but he ran the ball in 2. He just controlled the game. And yeah, props to Vince for that one. My defensive MVP is Billy. Billy shut the game down against Wild Bunch at the end of the game. He had 2 crucial sacks, not to mention the other sacks that he had in the game. And then even in the Black Shirts game, I think he had 1 or 2 in there. So they were showing out. They were showing out this weekend.
You know what? So I got the same player of the week in Vince. And let me tell you something. I'm going to apologize right now to VGs. I'm sorry. I left y'all game because I thought that Wild Bunch was going to blow y'all ass out. I was actually assuming that. I was like, save my time. I'm going to not go fucking watch this game. Hey, Dad said, hey, appreciate it, Dad. I do got a fresh cut. I ain't looking like homeless on my goddamn show now and shit. But, hey, this is that dude. Like, for real. So I apologize. I will be at the VG's New Wave game. I gotta watch New Wave because they got a doubleheader. I will be there. VG's, I won't leave another game early. I thought it was gonna be a fucking 3-touchdown blowout. My bad.
No more. No more.
But my defensive player is gonna go to Billy and Simmons because they was running those damn stunts all day, getting through the gaps. I think Billy ended that Wild Bunch game. Was it back-to-back sacks?
Back to back, yep. It was
Back-to-back sacks.
second and third, and then they ended up having to, I believe, throw it. Just threw it, or they threw a pick.
Yeah.
They
They pick.
Yep.
Man, they was doing those stunts. Billy left a lot of sacks that Black Shirts game on the field. I don't know if he was sober or not, but he was getting through. But they run a scheme that's pretty unique. I was watching from the booth, like, okay, I see what they're doing. But Jeremy, talk who your offensive defensive player of the week.
My first offense, I want to say Tap. He had 2 good games.
A Grammy Award winning, the Grammy Award winning. He get a Grammy too.
And then on defense, I'm gonna go with Booby. I believe he saved that game against Wild Bunch with that one-handed pick.
Booby in the motherfucking building. Booby did snatch that one. He snatched out of his air. I thought it was gonna be good. Shit. But hey, those offensive players, defensive players of the week, man. Big shout out to those guys again for doing their damn thing. And DGs, I would not leave a game early. Promise.
Yeah, we're calling their next game. They look fun. That offense looks like fun.
Yeah, dude. And hey, let me tell you something about a little bit. I don't know. Are we recapping the game? Game recaps. I want to talk about Hammer.
Yeah, we'll go. Do you want to go game by game? And then we'll just talk.
Yeah, just start with the early game. Yeah.
Hammer and Black Shirts were the first game, right?
Yeah, Black Shirts and Hammer. So I know everybody been like down the Hammer and shit. Like Hammer ain't on top of nobody's list. So this is a motivational, like, fucking day for them to get those wins. But start with the Black Shirts game. Tap. I was curious how Tap was going to look at the offense.
Well, hold on. Black Shirts came out firing.
Came out firing. Leon
had a nice 30-yard catch and run, set him up nicely. And then I think for the first score, it was another 30-yard bomb by Crop.
Yeah, Crop threw a nice pass over the shoulder. Man, that was good. I was looking.
It was a very nice catch as well. Put it right in a nice spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And who is that guy? Because I know that when you guys were announcing, who was that? You guys didn't have his name at the time.
I think we did end up finding his name out.
I don't know. I forgot his name. I was told his name earlier, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Nice pass. That shit was beautiful, right?
Late hands and everything. Yep. It was a double catch, but hey, it was still 6.
His name
As
Denzel.
the highlight said.
Denzel. That's his name, Denzel.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I was like, damn, 8-0 right off the top. I think the Hammer scored the next possession.
Yes, they did. They came down and they scored. TB scored on the catch and run. I think of I want to say it was a couple of missed flags, so I think 40 yards.
Yeah, 40, 50.
Yeah, dude, I watched the game, so I saw the replay. I had to look at it again. I'm like, damn, that was bad flag pulling. I think they missed quite a few on that one, so that was a big play too. They have no kick.
Yeah, and then Black Shirts came down and kicked a field goal to put them up.
That was clutch. That was actually a really big field goal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marcos. Marcos be booming that bitch.
Marcos booming them. He was booming. That wind was bad.
Yeah.
And a couple of the comp games before then, they were punting the ball and the ball was going straight up and coming straight down 10 yards, 15 yards. It was pretty bad. So shout out to Marcos. He was kicking through that wind.
And it didn't look like Tap and then Crop. It didn't look like they were having problems cutting the wind, really. Like the first couple games, the comp games, like you said, the wind was crazy and they couldn't even throw the ball. But it looks like it settled down a little bit for the later games. Yeah.
I got to give Crop props for having a good game, but also Tap had a lot of time in the pocket. He's in that bitch like Brady. He was just sitting there and he had a lot of time in the world to deliver that ball. So it wasn't really no pressure because he normally got pressure. You see Tap running around and shit, but that line, he was just sitting there, just picking it off. Using the line.
Yeah, I mean, Tap is he's a good quarterback and he goes to a good team. Hammer is not no pushover. I know a lot of people wanted to push them to the side, especially because of, Undisputed and times in the back. But you can't overlook them, and they really put a mark on the NFE coming out with 2 big wins. So, but that Black Shirts game, going back to it, they're up, or Black Shirts up 11-6 going into the second half. And Windy City moved that ball down the field, took a lot of time off the clock,
About 13 minutes.
and scored, which was huge for them. And I think at that time there was, I believe, about 6 minutes left.
It was 8. It was 8 minutes. It was 8. I think it was 8 minutes.
So about 8 minutes left, and Black Shirts got the ball back, which I felt like plenty of time. They had plenty of time to move the ball down, score, at least get in the field goal range. A couple drop balls, bad reads. In the end, I think it got intercepted, right? Correct? But
No, I don't think Crop didn't throw an interception in that game.
I think he threw an interception. Yeah, he did. He threw that. I'm pretty sure there was, whatever it was, there was a lot of clock that ran off or that in that drive.
And that was
you got the ball
partially what you said, which we will get to, is the refs too. So that we'll definitely get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took advantage of it. They took some more time off. By the time the Black Shirts got the ball back, they had 54 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little bit more. Again, they had a couple shots down the field, didn't go their way. At the end there was a big call that was missed on G. There was a tackle, understandable. The ball was gone. It was pitched. It was such a bang play. That was a tackle. It was not called.
It was still like in the play. Like, and I looked at the video when he pitched it, he got hit. Now, if he didn't went for the flags, it got hit. That's different. But I think in the replay or the video, it shows
he had his shoulder down.
Yeah, his shoulder down, and that's not within the rules, I guess. But
I guess they, from what I have gathered, it's if the ball is released. We're very gray on these rules. Sometimes we're gonna get better with this. We definitely have to with the refs because it has to be talked about. We have to find out what this goes to. That play, understandable. He was pitching the ball, but so if he doesn't pitch the ball and he fakes it, that's a tackle. But because the ball left his hand right before he got tackled, it's not a tackle. It's very gray. That was still a dangerous play. That's a dangerous play no matter what.
Chest though, that still should be a foul because there was no attempt to go at the flags whether he got the ball or not. You just can't go with his loyal shoulder and then somebody knock him down. But I'll say this though. Crop played well. I'm gonna talk about this when we talk about the games projections next week. Crop played well against he always played well against Hammer, he always for some reason. But hey, well, Billy, if you're out there, man, you left some sacks in the field at Black Shirts game. Woo! There was a lot of sacks left on the field Sunday.
And you guys better put some respect on G's
on both
name.
sides.
On who name?
Don't just say one side.
Put some respect on G's name in this 100-yard dash, 40-yard dash. He got up out of there in the last play. He was moving down the field. And I was like, he might take this. He might take this. So put some respect on his name for this running.
Well, and that's
saying something.
Hey, Billy said he was nervous as hell. He said he was nervous on the pitches at the end of the game.
He got up out of there.
And because he's so fast, that's why that's a dangerous play. You have to be, you can't just spear somebody. I mean, that's exactly what it was.
Hey,
I don't care if his arms are not.
Play up because we talked about it right now. I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna let y'all talk, but I'm gonna look for this play because I'm gonna bring it right up because I want people to see it. Because it wasn't it was not a clean, it was a little bit I see why G was mad. I looked at it and I see why he's pissed off. So I'm gonna go to the end of the game, the pitch play. So hold on a second, let me go bring it up.
This play right there.
That's a flag.
he laid him out. I don't. He had his head down. What is he looking at?
I don't know, bro. That he threw a shoulder in him. So that I'm like, he ain't go for the ball, he ain't go for no flag. Now he ain't go for the flag, he ain't trying to go for the pitch. The ball was pitched, I give it, but he still try to lay him out with his shoulder. That's on sportsmanlike conduct or something. You know, that's just me. I agree with playing physical ball. No shit. Like we'd be out there, it was physical out there that Sunday. But like stuff like that, like the extra shit that can get somebody fucked up because they still gotta work the next day. I don't agree with that. Like I think that was kind of a little. I see why G was pissed. He was pissed after the game, but that should have been a 15-yard penalty. I think that was one call that should have been called. But
it has to be called. It has to be called. If G gets up and reacts, we're talking about that. If he gets up and reacts, we're talking about that, and that's the problem here. We're not sitting here talking about that. That should be a flag, and the reason that wasn't a flag was because he said he didn't see it.
I don't know.
That was the reason that I got from the ref was that he didn't see it because he was watching the pitch. It happened simultaneously.
Yeah.
There's no reason for someone to sit there and say, I did not see that. And still to this day, there is no reason. The only reason he gives is because the pitch is away. He got speared. That's a dangerous player. We're trying to take that out. We're trying to make the game safe. We want people to respect the refs, but we want to be respected out there as players too. You can't call that play one time and say it's not, that's a spear any other time. But in that situation, that's not a spear because he was pitching the ball.
Hey, I saw it. I went back to look at it, and I see why he was mad because I didn't really see at the end because we got that blind spot in the damn booth. So I couldn't see it. I just saw him running, and I saw the ball pitch and come off short. I didn't actually see it. When I went back and I saw the replay, I'm like, oh, this shit makes sense. I see why he pissed off. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk.
I didn't see any of that from the live. I honestly didn't see any of it. So if you guys were there, you guys would have known that was bad. That was pretty bad.
So. And there was a couple calls. Like I said, not every call is going to be correct, but we have to be consistent. Another play, that 2-point conversion, it would have been 12-11 instead of 14-11. Now, we're not going to get lost in black shirts lost 14-11. They had the ball. They had a chance to go down. There is no reason we're not talking about that. We're talking about just some of the calls that were missed blatantly. Or calls that just don't make sense from game to game. The consistency of the calls are just not there.
I wouldn't say that though, because I think the refs let them play. I ain't gonna shit on the refs wholly. I think there's a few calls here and there they probably missed, but the refs legitimately let people play because you're not gonna get every little knick-knack holding call or every call you want. But if the refs set the tone of letting you play and let you play, they're not calling the knick-knack shit. But
okay.
Call everything.
So you have three refs, correct? And this is what I'm talking about. You have 3 refs, okay? And the first play that I'm talking about with the rough and the passer, you have Brian who's sitting on the line on the other side. You have one in the backfield and you have one behind the play. The roughing the passer came from Brian across the way instead of the ref behind, which is watching tap. So I just don't understand how one ref from across the field can throw that roughing when he's not right there.
Rules because Brian did when you see how I know that speaks real shit because he tap had me fooled, but the way Brian described the rules, that's the thing. We got that Northfield shit that asked the ref and we had the podcast. The way he described the rules, it makes sense. Tap didn't get hit. Tap win an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I was at the booth. I thought he broke his arm. I'm like, shit, we got to call 911 for this motherfucker.
Did Tap go sidearm on that throw?
Sidearm, you got to give quarterback time to throw, though. You got to give him time. You can't just short arm. You're doing like this, you still got to give him that space. As long as his hand's not by his flag. I mean, those flag rules, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now go to the next game. Wild Bunch Hammer. There was a non-call against Tony who jumped in to Tap's arm, and there was no call. And there was an extra push at the end. No call. No call. Consistency, right?
Yeah.
Then later on in that drive, John Lamar got called with a roughing the passer, and he came body high. He had his hand up, body high,
Flags,
hand-
yeah.
other hand by the flags, and bodied him, but went straight in, didn't go low, went straight up high, and that was called roughing the passer.
Well, that's why the refs got to get together because people's definition of roughing the passer. You got Brian who knows his shit. You got the other refs that may see things differently. That's why they got to get together and fix that. Here's the thing: there are going to be calls missed. Ain't no game gonna be ref perfectly. That's
Deshaun said the same thing. There was one at the end of the play, the last hammer pick on Wild Bunch. Their quarterback got hit. Same thing. Going forward, coming through, but no call. It's just got to be consistent. That's it. That's flat out consistent. And if it's not, and we look at these plays, be accountable. That's it. You want us to be accountable as players. You have to be accountable as refs too. It's not what we're.
It's delivery though, bro. At the same time,
Does help.
Conversation with the ref. I don't know, Ty, you agreed the same thing, but you coming to. I mean, I get it. People pissed off, emotional. Have I cussed out a ref before? Yeah, I think it's what's the ref name? Sideline gentleman. What's his name? I don't know his fucking name. I haven't seen the ref for a while, but he's, in my opinion, not one of the best. But now times I think you talk to these dudes, those 50-50 calls, man, those calls you might need to get over the hump and shit.
It's a thing too, like it's a thing too for me because I know that they know that a lot of these games are going to be more meaningful than others. You know, I think one of the things that would help is the head judge or the head ref come together and be like, hey, this game might be a little bit chippy. Like, let's control what's going to be what we can control. You know, not saying to throw more flags, just be aware that this game is going to be harder hitting. We're going to probably let a few more calls go than what we would normally do. You know, that's kind of where we should kind of be at, you know. Like you said, people are going to get hit, you know, and kudos to Tap for that Oscar, for real. But,
hey, this motherfucker.
Me and Hendo were fighting in the booth.
Fighting the booth. I'm like, his arm, bro. Sherman's like, no, it ain't. I'm like, this motherfucker.
I was like, no way.
And this motherfucker walks up to the sideline. Hey, Hendo, how's my acting? I'm like, you motherfucker. I was motherfucking had 911 on speed.
And that's what a good quarterback's going to do, though.
Man down.
That's what a good quarterback's going to do. That's what a good kicker is going to do. They're gonna try to get another possession.
And nothing wrong with selling it too. Like, people can't get mad if you sell a fucking good call, because from the booth, I thought I saw him get hit, but hey, he sold that shit. I'm like, you know,
He sold it.
Hey, good selling Tap, man. Car salesman, man. Not the Jackie car salesman. The motherfucker's Lexus car salesman.
He is the Kenny Shear of car salesman.
Oh shit. That dude went down. I'm like, but hey, going to that Wild Bunch game though, they went back and forth with a hammer. I said in the watch that. Let me tell you something that was missed though that I saw. Corey Dalton, that motherfucker was getting held on drag patterns. And I tried to tell Nick, like, hey, let the ref know he's gonna held on these drag patterns. He's coming across the middle. They were literally fucking holding them. But the refs ain't see you in traffic. The refs ain't gonna see that unless you notify them, like, hey, my guy's getting held. And I tried to tell Nick, but this is the heat of the battle. But Corey Dalton was getting held on a lot of fucking drag patterns where he was wide open. He was getting held. But Corey's fast as fuck. You gotta fucking hold him. I mean, what other choices do you got? I mean, you fucking gotta hold him and keep him from fucking getting the touchdown. But he got held a lot. I don't know if y'all missed that.
I did not witness that. Like I said, you guys were there, so the frame kind of cuts out for the secondary. One of the things I did see was Ryan Garrell put on a good performance. They like to check down to him a lot. He probably would have been my offensive MVP if they ended up pulling out one of these games. You know, he was killing. He probably had on the weekend probably 14 catches.
Same thing with Leon Brandon in the
and Leon, man, those checkdowns were open. So that was one of the things that I see.
Had a couple long ones. Benish with the long touchdown.
Right, exactly.
Benish had he did have a long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hating though because Leon got all these catches and shit, and I was playing. Motherfucking Crop ain't dumped down that shit to me. I was in the booth hating. Hey, Leon got that long ball. I'm in the booth hating like, God damn, we got a caravan in front of him.
You guys were both hating. You guys were both haters. You guys were both Hating on Leon.
Hey, he had
Listen,
a
this
hey, he
is
was
what
killing them.
Yeah, Leon got all the catches that we got in a year.
Right. I was sitting in the booth like, this motherfucker got a caravan. Jeremy's like, it was 45 yards. Hey, I'm in the booth. I'm counting that shit like, nah, I'm hating a little bit. Take away 12. That was 33 yards. Hey, but it was good. It was good, though. Hey, hitting them online. But back to that Hammer and Wild Bunch game. That was a pretty physical fucking game, though. That shit was physical. Like, but here's the thing. I want to go forward to that next game. It was Wild Bunch and VGs. I left. At the beginning of the show, I told you I left. I'm like, I'm not watching this. It's gonna be a fucking blowout, right? I fucking left the game. Like, I'm leaving. I'm walking my crippled ass to my car. I'm getting out, walking home. I'm going to ice and rest. Then I talk to K-Mac. K-Mac tells me to score during the game. I'm like, is your phone wrong? Shake your phone. Turn it on and off. If VG's beat their ass like that, I'm like, nah, dog. So I got look at the game live. I'm like, damn. So I went back. I looked at the game, and man, they got a. First of all, I'm hating on Q too. I'm hating on Q because Q was eating.
God, Q was eating.
Q was eating, and he played online. Q was like, I didn't know who it was. I saw this dude with the dreads catching all these passes. I'm like, who the fuck is this player they got? I zoom in, I'm like, the fuck? I texted Q like, dude, that's you eating.
Was killing it. We have to get to that game. VGs came out. I know. Okay, so Hammer came out and they got 2 big wins.
Hey, Pedro, my man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Pedro. He just say, wow, Hendo. I mean, my bad, man. I didn't know what BG's. I'm not leaving the BG's game. I'm gonna be there. My bad, Pedro. I apologize. Hey, Billy said, "Why bunch put on the clinic on how not to play against the spread?" Oh man, dude, it's gonna be. Hey, man, that was a good game. I went back and watched it, and Vince, the way he got the offense rolling, man, BG's like they're having fun, man. Much respect. They got the great scheme, and Vince is fast as fuck.
Once they got that first score, it's like they got the monkey off their back. Or the vanilla gorilla off their back. Once they got that score, it just like the offense just clicked, and they had big plays. They had a couple missed flag pulls for sacks. Wild Bunch did, but Wild Bunch was still moving the ball. Like they were still moving the ball down the field. It's just they weren't capitalizing on their opportunities. And VGs did. That was simply the game, you know. Then, like I said, they got that late garbage time touchdown that made the score look a little bit worse than it actually was. But, you know, Wild Bunch was hanging in there too. Like it wasn't just VGs, the dominance of VGs, but
it was up by 2 scores at one point, weren't they?
They were up by 2 scores, okay. And then Wild Bunch came back down and scored close to the end of the game. And then they got a garbage time touchdown. I think it was a minute left or 2 minutes left. Once VGs had got the ball back, I think they were. I turned the game off after that, but I saw that they did get a garbage time touchdown.
Man, big shout out to them motherfucking gorillas. Hey, you can't take VGs like y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. They got. Like when people look at that line, I was looking at the line. I'm like, they gotta start looking at Q. I'm hating Q. They gotta start looking at your ass because you catch a lot of ball. Hey, Q just nobody looks at Q like, hey, I'm not gonna fucking guard him. Q just fucking eat. I'm like, who is this dude? I literally had to pause the fucking thing, and I know he's playing for them. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Let's pause. Like this motherfucker is eating.
They showed up. They were deep. And I was counting. I was trying to count when I'm alive. I'm like, they got at least 12 guys on their sidelines. And all the talking and stuff like that, that they were folding and this and that. And to see that many people on the sidelines, it was a surprise to me. So,
BGs, do y'all damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Going to what we gonna do the recap for this week? Not the
recap this week, and then we're gonna get into the refs,
yeah,
reffing situation. We kind of touched on it a little bit for the games that we had earlier. You kind of got my perspective on it. Like, the other thing too is I feel like the other refs, they have to trust the people that are in the correct position to make the call.
Yeah.
You know, as a team, they have to trust another one's judgment and say, hey, like, this is what I saw. What did you see? no, I was in the correct spot. I seen this. This is the actual call that it should be. I don't know. It seems like it does happen, but I feel like it gets overruled sometimes by the head ref. And then it kind of, if you ask then you go and ask the commissioner, right? He's going to have his refs back, especially the head ref.
Right.
So that's kind of my perspective on it. I don't know. What do you kind of think on it?
So this, what I think about the whole ref issue, I know we can get on the refs, but refs can't see everything. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna defend the refs right quick, so they can't see every goddamn thing. The best method is to go talk to them. Shit, talk to them. I mean, let's be real. Put yourself in ref position. Somebody come cussing me out like, what the fuck? You can't see? Okay, all right, motherfucker. The next time when it's 50-50, I ain't gonna see that shit. It ain't taking it personal. It's like, that's how you get the personal flag calls, whatever. It's like,
But it is.
if you go to ref, like for example, that Corey Dog thing, Corey's getting held. If you go to ref, like, hey, Corey, he's getting held right here because you watch the next few plays, the shit's going to get called. He's blatantly being held, cover call spill, which is automatic first down. It's all about delivering shit. I know we get emotional in the game and shit, and we want to cuss at them. I've done it before, but hey, at the end of the day, this is rec football. Don't put yourself in a position to get jammed up, and these, one of the refs might fucking feel threatened and fucking call the. It ain't that serious for all that shit, man. Just talk to motherfuckers or say, hey, fuck them. This Chris said they did that. I don't know, man. I think it need to be a meeting with the refs and players, though. I honestly think that organized meeting with some refs and players to understand, and we can do it via Zoom or via fucking podcast to understand the rules and why they call it what they call it. Set this shit up on here, and I don't have to do shit. I could just sit there and be like a Q&A right here, fucking live. Refs, players, just talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're adults, we're grown ass men. We shouldn't be acting like that on the field. Talk it out. That's the bottom line. That's the way I see it. Solving that. Just refs and players talking. They got to understand the rules. And the only thing I had the players back when G got nailed. That was a fucking flag. That's if man's a bunch of. So
and I get, like you said, everybody gets frustrated, everybody gets pissed off, everybody. I could definitely feel for Reggie. Do it 100%. It's just been. I feel like it's just kind of been boiling up a lot with a lot of these guys. Especially with Wild Bunch. Reggie was with Wild Bunch when they got into a brawl out of another team starting some shit, and then they look like the villains. Another time, Black Shirts and New Wave, they got into a brawl in the same dome. You squash that, but even still, like, Black Shirts still look like the villains. I mean, it's still, except plain and simple, they look like the villains, right?
Right.
So, and then Reggie is also trying to rebuild this team with a lot of his guys too, and help it because his guys had done up and left him for 4TF. So I could completely understand what Reggie's going through, what he's saying. I mean, shit, the other day I took my freaking hooping shoes off because I wasn't getting any damn calls at the gym. So I was like, I just quit. I was just gone. So everybody's been there. So that's what I want to say with that for Reggie. I completely understand what you're going through, bro. I already know.
I do. I can't be a hypocrite because I was a Rasheed Wallace on the court. I used to fucking cuss all refs.
You do have the goggles. You do have goggles. So. You be throwing them bows, boy.
I ain't gonna sit up here in front because I cuss the three motherfuckers out. I try to direct it at players, but they ain't nothing personal. It's all for love of the game. But let's talk about this committee. The committee that's taking over things.
Jeremy, what do you have to say about the refs? Because we kind of skipped over Jeremy. Yeah. I know that he mentioned a little bit of it earlier, but
I think it's just consistency. I think reffing it's not easy. We all know that. You're gonna miss things. I think every ref, people are gonna get into it. Chris Dalton, and for example, I've played against Chris for a long time. And it can get to you when he's talking on the field, but that's just what he does. He doesn't do it where he's going to take it off the field and fight you in the parking lot. That's part of his game. There's been plenty of times we meet in the middle of the field and we shake hands and we leave it there. I think the refs got to do the same thing. They got to take every game differently, every person in a game differently. You can't go from the other game. Try to separate that. I think that would be a lot easier for themselves and for the players out there.
Hey, shout out to motherfucker Chris. That motherfucker bring energy in the game. I don't give, when you playing with him, you go play. He go spark.
Yep,
Shout out to him.
definitely.
Refs got to know that because he bring that energy every damn time. So I hope something could be sorted out where, man, leave Facebook alone, y'all. Talk to the refs, leave that Facebook shit alone. Have a talk to refs like some grown man shit, so we can have the good players back in this goddamn game. We can have the Chris Stone back on Wild Bunch. I like to see him playing against Black Shirts this Sunday. I like to see him out there on the field. So, hey, but whatever y'all can get, man, just get together, man. Jeremy, the new staff, y'all get together, work that shit out.
Right, Jeremy,
Yeah,
how do
we
you
are-
feel about your new position?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like it's these positions that people are put into hopefully does help. You don't know. To be very honest with you, we're trying to do something different. We're trying to make it easier for people to know exactly the rules, the suspensions, what entitles and all that. Instead of just throwing it out there, I feel like that was unfair for the guys with these suspensions. You just all of a sudden just throw it at them and say, well, this is stemming from this tournament. It's stemming from that. After a couple weeks, that was kind of, I think, ridiculous. So that's not going to happen again. We're going to be forthright with everything. So you're going to know the refs, again, they want to feel safe. I understand that. But at the same time, none of us are trying to fight after the games either. We got families, we got stuff to go to. So that's why I always say, leave it on the field. But with this committee is going to try to ease all of that tensions. We're going to give voice to the players so they can call somebody and contact anybody that they feel is a player too and have a voice be heard. Giuseppe's trying to take away a lot of what, his feelings out of it and try to, bring it to the guys that are in the committee to make it easier on him and easier on the league.
Hey, I'm put it out there. I'm gonna let Giuseppe and the refs handle this. I'm looking at chats, man. This guy's crazy. But I'm gonna let Giuseppe and the refs handle this, and we can bring everybody on a chat. Let them talk it out, man. It's like we grown folks, man. We're trying to have fun. Everybody trying to enjoy something. Like Billy just said, he want the best players playing anyways on Sunday. So if we could do this before Sunday, get everybody in the chat, man, respectfully, with an even head, you know what I'm saying? Just sit there and talk about it. We can get a lot of shit done this way. The Reggie, get Chris on there. Get Brian on here, get your sappy man. Let's talk like mature adults. Get this solved, and let's play ball on Sunday. I'm offering that. I ain't got shit to do. I ain't gonna be back at work for another 3 weeks, so I'm doing is sit on the couch, fucking watching film anyway. So
Yeah, but you can't ref. Son of a bitch.
You can ref with the.
Hey, fuck! I ain't ref no goddamn game. Who faster, me or Tony?
Tony's got your ass. Tony, I got you in a race with Hendo right now.
He'd be peg legging it down there, but yeah,
I saw him get back and forth to the booth. After the second time, he didn't come back.
I want to walk back to the goddamn booth.
There was a reason. He said he had to take the brace off.
This committee definitely helps. I think.
I hope it does.
To be honest, I believe this should have been done last year. I believe it should have been done years before. It definitely helps alleviate a lot of the pressure that Giuseppe has. He's trying to deal with the video. He's trying to deal with the refs. He's trying to deal with this. He's trying to deal with that marketing. He's putting another video guy. He's doing a lot of stuff for us. So this definitely alleviates a lot of pressure. A lot of the guys and Batman, head of suspensions, he was a ref, so he knows the rules. So like Billy said, I don't think we need suspensions or anything like that. We want to play the best players every week, and this helps us put a vote to that. So that's what I like about it the most.
Hey, so whether you get a chance, I can set it up. My platform is open. I can set up where we do a show. Refs and players, we sit there, we talk about it, and we ain't all that extra over talk. We talk man, so we're gonna come together, we're gonna squash it. It could be some quick and short. And everybody got questions. It's the time now. We had a Q&A with Brian on here one time. A lot of people was on, about 10 people watching. Now we need to do a Q&A where we can Chris, if I know if you're still watching, me and Chris on, Reggie. Let's talk and let's keep it professional and shit, and so we can go out there and ball. I want to see
Absolutely.
players playing for. I want to see Reggie out there in the field. I want to see
And get back to these games. Bring more
Yeah.
attention to these games and not to the refs and the back and forth and the suspensions and that stuff. I mean, let's just play ball. Let's have some fun.
I don't want to talk about that shit. I want to instigate shit on Sunday.
I'm saying Hendo's over there instigating stuff in the booth. He almost walked out of, well, actually almost crawled out of there. I was gonna kick him.
Hey, I was nervous about that fucking snow going up the stairs. Like, I'm like, I can get one leg up at a time. I ain't got the knee bent like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't trying to be on fucking film falling down the stairs. But let's get to hey, my platform out there. So we want to set that up, man. Hit me up. I ain't doing shit. I'm like Tommy. I'm at the crib. I got a job, but I ain't working right now. I'm hurt. But let's do the upcoming games this week, this Sunday, man. We're gonna do some the national title won't work as each player. I think I'm read just Billy said because Billy actually put a point up here. Let me show this right quick. So when it comes down to it, we all want the national title. We all need to work against each other possible and all the chemistry possible between teams. And I agree with that because
only way to get better.
Yeah.
And then Chris says set it up, so we can figure something out, bro.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I said, it's well overdue, and with a lot of the hurt feelings that are out there, we might as well just open the door and get it squashed. So we got to move on.
Hey, we get that sure. For Sunday though. I used to see Chris out there at 1:00 and gets black shirts. So speaking of Sunday, let's do the games, our picks this Sunday. Where we starting at, man? Because we're gonna get real fucking interesting. Because I got something to say.
Let's go.
So let me see. Let me go. Giuseppe send me the thing. The schedule.
Hendo's pick against black shirts.
No, I'm gonna get to that though. But are we doing the
You're gonna go in reverse order? Black shirts play?
No. I just wanted to shout out Hendo for.
I'm gonna do the league games last, but like I'm gonna do the comp games right quick. So I was able to see some comp teams. I never seen.
Let me tell you something about comp. I'm telling you, it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out on comp because I'll tell you, some of these teams are close.
4TF come out of comp. That's in the story.
4TF's coming out of comp. Okay, I said the same thing. I'm just saying it's interesting. There was a 2-0 game last week. Do you understand?
Yeah, that was Goonies and Washed Up, right? Goonies and Washed Up.
Those are two good teams.
So 4TF, hey, they got some.
Looks like there's a lot of good defenses out there in comp.
Let me tell you something. What's that team called? Chicago.
Or a lot of bad offenses.
Yeah. Hey, Chicago, what's it, Shot City Boom, I guess it is.
Shot City Boom. Punch and boom, yeah.
Who they play this week? Shot City. Well, they play Death Row. I'm gonna go. They play at Melrose Park. I'm gonna be calling that game. I'm gonna go with Death Row against Shot City Boom.
Death Row versus Shot City Boom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Death Row as well. I do like Shot City Boom though. I think that they're a team that's merged. Two teams that's merged, so I think they're going to be better as the season progresses. But
hey,
I do have Death Row getting their first win.
What's my boy name that played Death Row? The DB. They know the mouth we always hear. We go into the field.
JD, my boy.
JD pick 6 in the game, and I'm gonna hear him fucking from the field in the parking lot. You can hear him.
So close game.
That's gonna be your player of the game. I'm
gonna go with JD for now. I'm gonna go with JD. JD, I'm rolling with you, dog. I know he bring that energy too. I'm rolling with you. And then what's called the football like Christmas gifts. Shot City Boom's quarterback. That motherfucker was looking like Jay Cutler. Yeah, he threw some picks.
They're young, right?
Yeah, they're young, yes.
Yeah.
But I like Byron a lot. I think he's
a good quarterback, but I think it's that ACL, that thing, because he could have ran a lot. But I think when you come off an ACL test, like a mental thing, like because I kind of feel it, you know, and me being crippled in the booth too. So, you know, I feel your pain, Byron. I feel you, dog. So real. Hey, so
you got?
I got Death Row.
I'm gonna go with Death Row too. I've been seeing all the crap that Manny's been talking about. I think he might back it up in comp.
I gotta go with Manny. Like I said, he's getting those boys ready. They're also going down to Ohio. So I know he's trying to get his team ready and clicking. You know what I mean? So they need to get a couple wins under their belts before they go down there.
So what about I'm gonna go with Goonies and Dirty Birds. We saw Dirty Birds last week, and the Goonies this week. So
Dirty Birds and Goonies are
Is it-
2-0
so
teams.
so this is my question. They're doing the games of the week at Melrose Park for comp, correct?
Yeah, it's I didn't go 4TF and Hungo is next. So 4TF and Hungo is at 8, and Death Row and Shot City Boom is at 9. Then it goes to the elite games.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you didn't even go to 4TF one?
No, I'm gonna go that one next. I want to do Dirty Birds versus Goonie first.
I'm gonna go with Goonies. I think they have veterans over there. I think they will get it done in the end. So I'm gonna take Goonies.
Hey man, these comments be go out. I'm gonna go with Goonies though. I'm definitely gonna go with Goonies. I think Goonies got some players that's gonna show up this week because the roster is gonna be final. They're gonna have a deeper roster. Maybe G may or may not have to play quarterback. Who knows? I'm gonna go with Goonies anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Goonies. I can't go with them. I'm gonna go with Goonies.
Dirty Birds is a good team.
I'm going with Dirty Birds, man. I'm going with Dirty Birds.
They look good last week though. They did just win.
They're a good team.
So
They're a very good team. I'm not overlooking them. I have them as I want to say a top 4, top 5 team, top 5 for sure, but maybe even top 4.
They won it last year.
I'm gonna go with
They won lower, right? Or they won the same? Were they lower last year?
lower. I think they were lower. I believe they moved up to the comp. I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the divisions.
The last game we'll talk about is
They won
Hungo
something.
4TF at 8 a.m. Melrose Park. I'm definitely going with Sunday. It's no doubt. It's no doubt.
Go with the 4. 4 is for sure.
Well,
they're-
Ty, you got 4TF or you got Hungo?
I'm gonna go with 4TF. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. They're clicking. They're adding pieces.
20 plus points this
So-
week. I think
They're gonna put up 20 piece.
I think it's 20 piece.
I think so too.
I think it's 20 piece. I see a 20 piece because they had the goal line a few times. They didn't score last week.
Yeah.
6-9. They could have put up some points.
I see a 30 piece in the future.
Yeah, definitely. They got.
Oh yeah, like I said, they're slowly getting there. That defense is looking stronger. A lot of veterans, a lot of guys who can ball. Once they click, add a few more pieces, I'm telling you, straight to the top.
So let's get to the nitty mother and gritty. 10 a.m. Melrose Park. We got mother Phantom Windy City Hammer.
But they said Spartans TIU. Is that a game?
Oh, my bad. I'm my bad, Spartans. My bad, Spartans TIU.
When is
I'm
that?
going, I'm going Spartans.
Oh, that's at Bensonville, 11 o'clock. Spartans and TIU.
Bensonville.
I know the Spartan guys, man. I gotta see the TIU team. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the film because I know they played last week. TIU. I gotta see how they look like.
Don't watch it. Don't waste your time.
I'm going Spartans.
I'll watch half of it, bro.
And Tony over there. They got some pieces over there. They're trying to put it together. They're trying to move up.
And the pieces they got, Popeyes or Church's Chicken.
I don't know how to answer that.
Hey, let's go to the Lily. I'm trying to fucking start.
I ain't gonna pick the 10 o'clock game. I'm not gonna pick. It's gonna be bias.
No, go ahead. Pick. We got bias picks here.
Phantoms in Windy City. Who you got, Jay?
Phantoms, Windy City.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Phantoms. And the reason I'm going Phantoms is because I believe you have some tape on Hammer. I don't believe Hammer is full strength yet, but I do believe that Phantoms has some film on them. They're going to show tap something different, and they're going to pull it out because they have a kicker. That's my pick.
Me.
I'll
I'm
go.
kicking.
You see his name, don't he? He's
Did you
kicking.
see the name? Phantom's
I don't
kicker.
I don't care. You can kick. I've seen you. All right?
Yeah, they have a kicker me this week.
Yeah, there you go. So, but I'm saying, you guys, I'm gonna go with Phantoms again. I'm picking against Hammer, and I was 1-1 last week, so it is what it is.
We won one last week. Who did you pick last week?
Yeah, I had black shirts, had them losing the black shirts and beating Wild Bunch, but it didn't work out in my favor.
I told you Hammer came out with a double last week.
Yeah, I know you were hating, but I don't.
I wasn't
I don't
hating.
listen. I don't listen to no hate.
Hey, wait, hold on. It wasn't really hating. I'm gonna just say this. I know
Stephen,
people on Hammer, and Hammer's gonna come out playing. When they come out with the minor people they came out with, they come to play. Somebody to pick.
It could have been. You know what? I'm not messing with you, Hendo. Chi City Boom would have went against fucking Black Shirts, and you'd have said Boom.
I'm not gonna pick Chi City Boom. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know it was gonna show up for Black Shirts. I didn't know.
You like to stir the pot. I know you. It's all good.
You know, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Phantoms, definitely. Let's go with the
Are you going Phantoms?
Phantoms.
Are you going Hammer?
Phantoms. Phantom up.
I'm gonna go with my friends, as Reggie would say. I'm gonna go with Phantoms. My friends.
Go with my Phantoms.
He said, "Wait a minute. This is fast choice. Melrose Park games.
Score. Hey, anybody got a score?
A score?
Score.
Ooh.
I ain't predicting none. Just going with my friends.
Yeah, you don't have to predict. I'm go.
I could throw that prediction. You guys want to start betting? I could really throw it. We could lose by.
I need you to
8.
beat Rosen right now.
So take.
I'll go. It's going to be a good game. 2 touchdowns, but they're going to win by field goal. So I'm going to say it's going to be 16-12.
I'm kicking the field goal.
2 of them.
Damn.
Extra point. The extra point.
Finger's gonna be cut, brother.
Pressure. 2 points. Go get them.
So, the tournament champs, the motherfucking Wave, they playing.
Wave.
What they do that shit? I saw Brandon do that shit. He didn't look like a Wave. He looked like a. But the Wave Hammer. Now, this is gonna be good because Wave run a spread. What do you think? Like? Okay, so I want to see
Wave runs. They run both. They do a spread
and they run a spread. I want to see what the Wave team show. I'm like interested, man. I'm like eager to see like this new Wave team, man. They impressed me during the tournament. Like I was very fucking impressed. But let me tell you something, man. Baby Grunt, if somebody want to watch down the middle. I call him Baby Grunt. You know, he mossed a few people now.
Who are they going against? You said it's
Hammer,
New Wave.
New Wave Hammer.
Hammer's got another tough back-to-back.
All the games elite is tough.
Wow.
I don't think.
No, I understand, but it's 2 weeks in a row back-to-back. I thought they would maybe just have one game this week after having the back-to-back last week. So I'm gonna go Hammer. I'm gonna go Hammer over New Wave, only because that's not the tournament team that we were just talking about. They're missing a couple pieces. Reese hurt his hand. Jamarcus is overseas. They got a couple missing pieces. Like I say, I think Hammer will come out on top.
I gotta go with man, dude. Like I feel like I left the VG's game early. I feel like that this shit could like I want to go with Hammer, right? I want to say Hammer. But I feel like this new Wave team, this spread game, if they run it correctly, it's going to be a close game too. And I got faith in my man over the middle. If they do what I think they can pull it off. But it's going to be a close game. But I'm going to go with Hammer. And I think Hammer might be offended by me saying it's a close game. So they gonna come out to play. They're tired of disrespect. What you got?
I'm gonna go with Hammer too. This could be chalkboard talk for y'all. New Wave. So
it will. It will.
All 3 of us picked Hammer. That will I just don't see it.
No, this is no disrespect. This is what they want. They want to prove, and I mean, like I said, they're not a team that backs away from this. They love it, so it's not like they're sitting like, So I expect a good game because again, remember last year they had a very, very close game with Undisputed, not just Hammer. So I'm not counting them out. I'm not. If they win, I will not be surprised. But like I said, add some fuel to that fire. Let's see.
Hey, they got
make another big statement right here.
They do have Alex Rose. That's a big target to have over the middle.
I believe that Hammer's going to watch that film that we played in when we played them in the tournament.
Yeah,
and kind of emulate their defensive scheme off of what we had. We gave up 8 points our offense didn't do anything. If they give up 8 points in that game, they're 100% content with that because you guys saw what Tap can do this week. That's the only reason.
You know, a key also for them with New Wave, with playing in the other league in the morning and then coming to Northfield Elite to play, you want to stay healthy. So that's definitely key in the morning.
And you don't want to downplay the other team either.
Absolutely, on either side. So, again, they got 2 games this week, New Wave does, correct?
What league New Wave playing before that?
Rebel.
They're playing Rebel at 8 in the morning. So they got early games at 8 in the morning, and then they come over to Northfield Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're playing in Bluto's league. Okay, I got you. It's Bluto, like Popeye, Bluto's league. Oh, fucking Rebel. Bastard. Hey, let's go to the next. Hey, they got a double header. That is tough. They got that game over there. They're gonna come over here. So we got the double header. We got New Wave versus VGs. Now, I'm gonna be here for that game. VGs, I ain't leaving.
We get it, bro. We get it.
I know.
Enough said. Can somebody hit you up in the DMs and tell you don't leave that game again?
I ain't gonna lie, blew them. I'm like, hey, fuck this. And then I had to go back and watch the game. But this game in particular, New Wave and VGs, I call it last. Who y'all got?
I'm gonna go with New Wave. I think that they run a similar spread. I believe they have both athletes on both sides. I just believe New Wave's gonna make more plays in the end. Because they do have hustle guys too, which is a smart defense players, and they have some offensive weapons in Miller to give to Dom. VGs is a very, very young team, and what they just did to Wild Bunch opens everybody's eyes. But at the same time, I'm going to go New Wave because I feel like they just been doing it for longer.
I'm going to go with VGs.
I could tell you that from the beginning. Okay. That was no surprise. You've been riding them this whole goddamn show.
I got to respect. You know, I disrespect them. I will.
You better. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to go with Vince because I'm on a Vince train.
Did you get this man up?
VGs! Hey, I think besides that, VGs. Now I got no respect New Wave, but if you don't stop VGs and you don't stop Vince, it'll be a long day out there in the field.
All right, let's go with Ty because we don't know what he's going to say.
The thing that I want to see is for VGs is a Vince to Vince throw. I didn't see a Vince. I don't know how you say his name. No offense, Vince, the quarterback, to Vince Esposito. I didn't see a Vince to Vince throw yet. So they got something up their sleeve there. I think they could. He might be able to sneak in 2 touchdowns on that one, but I'm gonna go with New Wave on this one. I'm gonna redeem myself from the previous pick, so I apologize, New Wave. But I think that they can adjust, like you said. They match up athlete for athlete. And Deshaun, you might be right. Vince might win the MVP this year. I might not have to step on the field. I want to see him do that. So, but I got New Wave in this one.
So you got 2 New Wave and 1 VGs. Can anybody guess who picked VGs?
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it's this way. It's this way. It's this way on my screen. This way, right there.
It's gonna be a good game, man. Because the way I'm gonna predict something though. If you get the ball out to Dez in open field, that will change things. Because Dez made it's the way. Hey, I got a highlight film of Dez making shirts miss, then his flags didn't fall off or whatever. That touchdown he had that got called that was a touchdown.
I think everybody's seen it, dude.
I'm just saying the way he shook There's 2 touchdowns though. I'm thinking the whole day 3 touchdowns.
So you saying Dez is your player of the week to watch?
My player of the week to watch, Dez.
Player of the week to watch. Ty, who is your player of the week to watch?
I gave you Vince Esposito. I think he might get 2 catches, but he might get 2 bodies. You know, Um,
I'm gonna go Mike Miller.
you're gonna go Mike Miller.
Mike Miller.
That's
I
a
think
good pick too.
I think he's gonna show something this week with 2 games. And the New Wave could surprise me and come with 2 wins. And if they do, I believe he is a big reason why.
Yeah, it's gonna be some good ass games.
And one dude on VGs, I've been hearing this name a little bit about TFL, is that dude Kobe.
Oh my God.
He
Very
came
good.
out to ball,
Very
making
good.
people miss flags, stealing a touchdown from Vince. No, but he was coming out and he was balling. So that's one of TFL's finest right there. So hey, he's jumping up to elite. Kudos for that. We're gonna be spying on him when we play them for sure.
All right, let's get to what's the last game of the day? Black shirts and Wild Bizunch. Who will take first crack at it? Ty, you want to go first? 'Cause I know there's Jeremy.
Oh man, that is a tough pick, bro. I am drawing a blank right now. I don't know. I think that Crop plays like he did last week. I think that his receivers are gonna gift him a few more catches this time. The wind isn't going to be as much as a factor. I don't see. Looks like it's going to be a little bit less. I don't think that matters, but I'm gonna go with Black Shirts on this one. Their offense looked really good. Wild Bunch did look very good. Their quarterback is still adjusting to flag. I believe that he could use his legs. That's the only thing that's the only downfall in his game right now is he's working the pocket correctly, but there's times where I saw he could run for 15 yards, and he could have ran at the end of the game against Hammer, and Billy ended up getting the sack. So I'm going to go with Black Shirts this one, but that Wild Bunch team is definitely clicking. They're definitely clicking. That offense is definitely going to start clicking really good.
So, Black Shirts, Wild Bunch. I brought the Corey Dog Bus, baby. Wild Bunch for the W. Corey, get him.
Okay.
Hey, Corey, I got Corey takes. Hey, Corey ain't. They. I know Wild Bunch like, damn, we gotta get Corey the ball. You know what I'm saying? Get him the ball, spread. And hey, let me tell you something. Be honest though, if that pressure came, the same pressure from last week that came against Hammer, that quarterback is good enough when he ain't got to learn a flag game because he'll get that ball out, and it's will be courage. You got to get pressure on that quarterback because he's a pocket passer. And he's a good passer. But you're right. If Crop does come, it's not undisputed, or Hammer, you know, so he plays good against. Crop plays a good game, it's going to be a tight game. If Crop comes and has a bad game, I'm just glad. Hey,
will Mike Maher be there?
That's good. Damn. I don't know. That's good. If Mike Maher be there, man.
Call Rob. He'll probably know.
I'm going with the bunch.
You're going with the bunch.
I'm going with the bunch. And I got to go with my boy Corey's taking one to his house.
Well, I would tell you I'm surprised with that pick, but I'm not.
Again.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised. I mean, I could have picked every single one of your picks right now. So, but okay, so you have in that matchup, you have powerhouse lines on both sides. I think you have Brandon and Ryan's going to be a good matchup on that line. See who kind of wins that.
All right, Dorado Brandon, I'm going to call it out. Hey, Brandon Holloway, this is number one lineman. You got Ryan Guerrero this week. Sorry to cut you off, Jeremy. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to pump it up. If you prove yourself as number one lineman, you got Ryan Guerrero across in front of you. Ryan Guerrero, I got to see this matchup. I got to see the matchup, Brandon. You got to see it. Bring your A game. I don't want to hear no excuses about soreness or nothing like that. I'm going to watch the game, baby. I'm going to be called up in the booth. Hey, Brandon Holloway, I'm watching you, dog. I'm watching you, dog. Watch my bad, man. Right.
Are you done?
Are you done? You really cut him off.
Hey,
you got that out? Because the last time we were on the field with Wild Bunch or Ryan Guerrero, it was the Hendo versus Ryan Guerrero show. So would you please let me finish before you go off on your tangent with Ryan and Brandon, please? Okay, hold on. It's going to be a good game. I got black shirts in the end. I feel like they're going to put it all together. I think, of course, you knew that. But Wild Bunch is going to be a good matchup of two teams looking for wins when they feel like they had wins last week. So it's going to be a matchup where they're both coming out. They're both going to want this win. It's going to be a physical matchup. It's going to be a good game to watch. And I have black shirts coming out on top because I'm going with my boys.
With your friends.
That's how it's going to be.
You're going with your friends.
Going with my friends.
Now,
My brothers.
Somebody said Ryan Guerrero won't line up against Brandon. Book it. Ryan, if you're watching the show, somebody told Ryan, hey, line up on that side. I want to see this matchup. I want to see it. I'm pumping it up. Hell yeah. I want to see it.
They better, because if not, Brandon's going to have a field day with whoever you put in front of him, and it's going to be hard. You know, you have James on that line. You have Brandon on that line. You have Reggie releasing now. You have weapons all over, and if you use those men just like you use Ryan on the other side, it's going to be a good matchup. In the end, it's going to come down.
Ryan's not going to be a factor? That's what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I believe the kicker is going to be a matchup. I believe Marcos is going to be huge in this game.
I'm just asking. Is Ryan Guerrero not going to be a factor? You know what I'm saying? Ryan, if you're watching, I think you can read between the lines. I'm just no, for real. You can read between lines.
If he lines up against Brandon, he is going to have a rough game.
He said, please. I'm reading the comments, man. So Wild Bunch loves rushing 1 and 2. Crop about to have a unit throw. If they rush 1 and 2 against Crop, dude, prepare to get your ass kicked, because Black Shirts got receivers. G scoring this week though. Black Shirts never started.
I'm telling you, they're going to be chasing them all over the field, and they're going to play both sides.
You got to get you the ball.
That's tough. Yeah, playing both sides is tough.
Yeah, you got to get you the ball. That's important. He must get the ball and make it happen, man. Y'all better use my man G right, man. That boy went 20 touchdowns a few years ago to betting touching the rock. Free G. You ain't winning the game unless you free my boy G this Sunday.
Free G.
So I gotta go with my boy. That's what I go Wild Bunch about. This about a tiny bit, because I got this thing in my head where it's all about quarterback play. It got nothing to do with the defense or the offense. It's quarterback play.
Kneecap you in the booth.
But I'm being honest. Quarterback play. I'm being honest with Crop. Quarterback play.
You motherfucker. I just don't get you. I don't get you, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. If me and Ty talk, and Ty like, let's put $20 in this game, right? And let's say let's say we fucking talk about buying food during the game, right? I want to eat. I'm gonna go with the bunch.
Hey, let's make this official. God. Let's make this official. I'm gonna buy. Let's get some carnitas. I'll bet you some carnitas. I got black shirts. Hey, book it.
Hey, I got
black shirts. You got Wild Bunch.
I got Wild Bunch.
I'm going with the carnitas.
Hey,
who do you guys think will be the offensive MVP this week and the defensive MVP this week for the weeks how we did at the beginning of the show?
Can we give? Okay, so here's the thing: is because we already gave our players to look for.
That's true. Offensive.
So obviously, we would probably put one of those as one of our guys to possibly the player of the week. So do you want to give 3 each?
So we'll just do an offensive player and then a defensive player, just kind of across. So I had Vince for offense. I kind of gave the reason why there. I'm not going to pick anybody for the Hammer and Phantoms game, even though I feel like somebody can come out being one of those guys on either side of the ball. I think that this week for the defensive player, I'm going to go with, in the New Wave VG's game, I am going to go with who's their linebacker?
New Wave?
Jeremy Knight. I'm going to go with Jeremy. Yeah. I feel like he's going to have a really big game in that game. He runs sideline to sideline anyways. Spreads nothing new to him. I feel like he's going to have a big game, maybe a pick, but I feel like he's going to have a ton of flag pulls that game.
I'm going to go with offensive. I said this is my guy to watch. He's going to score a touchdown. From an offensive perspective, I'm going to go with Phantoms receivers. But defensively, man, I'm going to stay out the game, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the shirts. It's a tie between G and Corey, my offensive player of the week. There's my guy to watch, but Corey and G's go between them two. For defense, man,
I'm putting y'all on the spot.
No, I'm just waiting for him.
but defense, man, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna throw in there, man. Hey, Deshaun Battle, you better show me something, bro. I'm gonna you gonna be the reason I go wrong for picking Wild Bunch to win, and I need you to prove me wrong. I'm on Deshaun Battle in that secondary. It's my defensive player right there.
I am going to go offense. I think Mike Miller was my player to watch. I believe that he also, if they go 2-0, will also be the offensive MVP for next week. But my defense, I'm going to go, and I think this is huge in my pick with black shirts. I'm going to go with Reggie Haynes. I believe him can kind of, got the middle roaming with the way that Wild Bunch came out last week with using their line, using Ryan. I think he is going to be a big factor on keeping those plays in front of everyone and those plays short. So I believe Reggie Haynes will be defensive.
He played a lot of center last week, didn't he? Played a lot of center.
He played both.
I didn't see him on a few plays out there, but damn, that's gonna be good too because he gets down in center position. It's gonna be some good football being played this weekend overall. So I'm just happy to be out there and watching the games, man. So that's it, man. What else gonna be right? Hey, wait. We got our winners. So I think last week I picked Hammer to win both of the games. I actually picked Wild Bunch to beat BG. So I was 2-1 last week. Where were you, Jeremy?
Okay, so I had black shirts, lost. I had Hammer against Wild Bunch. I won, and then I lost with VGs and Wild Bunch.
What about you, Ty? What were you last week?
I don't remember who I had picked, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I believe I had Hammer over. I really don't know who I picked. I'm gonna have to go back and look. To be honest, I think
it was black shirts.
I know I think I picked Hammer over Wild Bunch, and then I picked Wild Bunch over VG. So I think
definitely the upset of the week.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, well.
It's all right. Hendo did all the apologizing for VGs that we need today.
My teams this week are going to make up for it.
Hey, you know what? Those games, I rolled with the wave. I rolled with my boy Dez this week. That's going to be my little low-key secret little breakout guy right there. There's going to be some good shit this weekend, though. But like I say, I picked my picks. I got to see the way be Hammer, though, because Hammer they haven't beaten them yet. I got to watch the game. So, but like I tell you, Mr. Holloway, you out there, man. Hey, Ryan, I need you on the same side Mr. Holloway is on. Holloway say he's going to shut you down, dog.
See that matchup.
Huh?
It ain't just going to be him. He's going to have to shut down that whole side. They're going to be coming. They're going to have a couple people.
I'm asking for Ryan Guerrero and Brandon Holloway. I need the best on the best. Holloway say he's going to shut him down. I want to see it. Can't wait till Sunday. I will be in the booth watching the game. Ryan Guerrero's
calling the game.
I'm going to text Ryan, too.
I was going to say, somebody's going to tell him about this. Somebody's going to, there's going to be hearsay.
Everyone always watches that time.
Right.
Hey, somebody said he ain't gonna. Hey, Ryan Smiley said in the chat that you're not gonna line up on Holloway's side. I'm just saying. Book it. You're not gonna line up on the side, and you're not gonna get a sack. You're not gonna touch crop.
Is what it is. We're gonna see.
Man. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in. That referee thing, we need to get that set up before Sunday, so we get Chris Dalton and whoever suspended back on Sunday's game. Let's settle that before Sunday, man. So let's set that up. Whoever out there. I'm gonna reach out to Giuseppe. We can get some referees in here, maybe tomorrow if we have to, or whatever. Just let's do it ASAP. Let's get that done, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, y'all. Football show, y'all. Peace.
Later.